It's not surprising that Cyberpunk 2077 came up to be one of the most searched on the internet and regularly appeared in Google search. Cyberpunk 2077 is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed and published by CD Projekt. It is scheduled to be released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Stadia, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on the 10th of December 2020. It became one of the long-awaited games of the year because of two reasons. The first reason is a credible game studio with talented and experienced developers that are really passionate about their project. The second reason is the innovative concept and modern technologies of Cyberpunk 2077. Recent videos and demos of the game show the serious breakthrough in the action RPG genre. To understand more about the upcoming game, let us explore and break down the elements on what makes Cyberpunk an upcoming game to look forward to. Before we start, if you guys find this video interesting, please let us know by smashing the like button. And if you enjoyed the content on our video playlist and want to see more, just click subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get the latest updates. So what is Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk 2077 is a video game under the genres action RPG and role-playing. It is an open-world action-adventure story set in Night City, a megapolis obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. It is played in the first-person's perspective as a character named V, a mercenary whose voice, face, hairstyles, body type, and modifications, background, and clothing are customizable. Stat categories body, intelligence, reflexes, technical, and cool are influenced by the character classes that players assume, which are Netrunner, Hacking, Techie, Machinery, and Solo Combat. The game is developed by CD Projekt Red Studio, who are known for developing 3 Witcher titles, and ended up deciding that The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt would be the last of the series. The company's Cyberpunk 2077 project was based on the Cyberpunk 2020 tabletop system created by Mike Pondsmith. The new game was introduced in May 2012 with an international development team. It was described by CD Projekt as far bigger than The Witcher 3. It was slated for release on the 7th of September 2020, after the release being postponed from 16th April 2020, but the release was delayed to 19th November, and once again to the 10th of December. What are the things that gamers should look forward to? Awesome gameplay. The game gives a new experience to gamers as it gives a wide variety of character modification. Here, your character V must consult a Ripper doc to upgrade and purchase cyberware implants and go to black markets offering military grade abilities. The rarity of any given equipment is shown by a colored tier system. V can take cover, aim, run, jump, double jump, and slide. Melee strikes can be dealt with close combat weapons. There are 3 types of ranged weapons, all of which can be customized and modified. Power, Standard, Tech, which penetrates walls and enemies, and Smart, with homing bullets. Ranged weapons are equipped to ricochet bullets in the target's direction and slow them down in bullet time. 4 types of damage can be inflicted and resisted: physical, thermal, EMP, and chemical. Weapon use increases accuracy and reloading speed, which are manifested in character animations. Gunsmiths repair and upgrade weapons. The game can be completed without killing anyone, with non-lethal options for weapons and cyberware. The game offers well-designed stories in primary and secondary missions, variability in completing quests, scrupulously elaboration of characters, and a wide variety of gameplay mechanics. Incredible setting. The setting is an open-world metropolis, Night City, California, consists of 6 regions: the corporate city center, immigrant-inhabited Watson, luxurious Westbrook, suburban Haywood, gang-infested Pacifica, and industrial Santo Domingo. Its surrounding area, the Badlands, can also be explored. Here, your character V can navigate these locations on foot and in vehicles, which are subject to either a first or third person view. Pedestrians are vulnerable to vehicle collisions. Depending on the location, law enforcement may be alerted if V commits a crime. Radio stations are available to listen to. The full day-night cycle and dynamic weather affect the way non-player characters, NPCs, behave. V owns an apartment and a garage. Night City features non-English speaking characters whose languages can be translated with special implants. Gameplayers to work with within the game. Maelstrom. The Maelstrom gangers are vicious, turning themselves into cyborgs with a heavy dependency on drugs. This group is chaotic and likely to change their decision at any minute on the fly. While being temperamental and known to cause violence for the sake of violence, they also have had some of the best tech of any of the games, in particular, the best cyberware options. Moxers. The Moxers are a group of sex workers, pimps, and other entertainers. They have been hunted by the Tiger Claws for a while as long-time enemies. This is another great game for a street kid or nomad to help out with. As a street kid, V will likely relate to a lot of the game and grow somewhat attached to helping them out. As a nomad, V might enjoy seeing another family that works through things together. Tiger Claws. The Tiger Claws are an Asian group started mostly from sex work and black market tech. They rule most of Koreatown. They are a very secretive group that seems to do a lot of running of black market items. Swords appear to be their favorite weapons. Valentinos. The Valentinos are a Hispanic group that is fairly religious and family oriented. They are known for their style, take pleasure in finding the perfect punishment for those that rise against them. The Valentinos are also heavily angled against the gang known as 6th Street. One of V's various future companions, Jackie, has worked with them previously. He doesn't seem to have a very high opinion of them, but is willing to work with them. Voodoo Boys. The Voodoo Boys are a group of high-tech, high-tech net runners, known as more of a myth or legend. They scare corpos as they are working to break through the Black Wall, some sort of wall of security meant to keep something secret. They control Pacifica, a high-strength refuge within the city. This seems like the perfect group for a netrunner built V to work with. However, they are also very secretive and will likely require a bit of convincing to let them work with V. They may not even show up as an option for players to work with until later into the game, as they are heavily tied with the main story shown in other trailers. Other gangs such as 6th Street, Animals, and Autocardos are also a good choice for players. Johnny Silverhand will be played by a celebrity. Johnny Silverhand is one of the most prolific characters in the world of Cyberpunk. Known as the first Rocker Boy, Johnny helped create a group that existed as a sort of rebellious force, with Rocker Boys standing up to the powers that be in the world of oppression and totalitarianism. Johnny Silverhand is played by Keanu Reeves and has made an internet uproar as it was revealed on trailer. Cross-save compatibility confirmed on PS5, Xbox Series X and S. CD Projekt has confirmed that Cyberpunk 2077 will support cross-saving and backward compatibility on next-gen consoles. The game is set to release on both current and next-gen consoles on December 10th. Given how notoriously difficult it is to buy a next-gen console, the prospect of getting it on current-gen is likely an appealing one. Cyberpunk 2077 won't cost more on next-gen consoles. Speaking on a CD Projekt conference call, the CD Projekt Red SVP of Business Development Michael Nowalski highlighted how it launched pre-orders at $60 in the United States and intended to keep that price for consumers, negating worries that the game will be more expensive on Xbox Series X and S or PlayStation 5. Cyberpunk 2077's PC specs aren't for the faint of heart. A few months ago, the developer announced the minimum and recommended PC specs on Twitter, leaving many who own low-spec machines hopeful that they'd be able to play the game. But an updated hardware requirements sheet released by Nvidia shows just how beefy of a PC you need to get the true Cyberpunk 2077 experience. Exploring Night City is going to require quite the machine if you want a stable frame rate, while also having the game look as good as it possibly can. The new recommended specs blow the previous one out of the water. Instead of recommending a GeForce GTX 1060, AMD Radeon R9 Fury graphics card, the top recommended card is a newly released and difficult to find RTX 3080 from Nvidia. Add on top of a higher system RAM, processor and SSD required recommendation, it seems that the 3080 will be the only option to pull off 4K, 60 FPS with ray tracing enabled. Before wrapping up this video, here are some weird facts that's adding hype to the upcoming game. CD Projekt is a Polish video game developer, publisher, and distributor. This company gained colossal popularity and turned into well-known worldwide due to the series of The Witcher. The third series of the game received extremely high ratings from the press, with reviewers praising the game's narrative, world design, combat system, and graphics. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt also proved to be commercially successful, with over 10 million copies sold. It has garnered a number of Game of the Year awards from various publications and organizations. That's really a masterpiece in the game industry. Are you guys excited for the upcoming game to be released? What are the few features you wanted to be explored within the game? Please shout it down in the comments and let us know why. And also, if you want to give your family a surprise gift for any special occasion, you can always check our website and look for creative and adorable gifts. This has been Music Chess, your PC Game Master, signing out.